Hey guys, so today I've got another unusual fruit to show you. This is a type of cactus fruit and it's called Mammillaria prolifera. I think I've said that right. And the common name is Texas nipple cactus. Don't ask me why. So they start off as these little yellow flowers. This one was open yesterday but it closed up during night time. So it's the morning now and it should open by lunchtime. And then they turn into these awesome little red fruits. So I tasted them and I would say they have a similar taste to strawberry, but maybe with a touch of lemon. So basically just a slightly sour strawberry. So when you pick these fruits, just give them a little tug, and if they come off really easily then they're ready to pick. Okay, so that one came out really easily. And so did that, so I know that one's ripe as well. So here we have a couple of our little fruits, and just on the tips of the fruit there's a little dried up piece, and what that is just an old piece of the flower as they've grown out. So I'm just going to snip that little piece off and now cut it up the center. And as you can see, it's got quite a lot of seeds in it. This one has probably over 10 seeds in it, little black seeds. So I'm going to dig them out now and see if I can germinate them. So I'm really amazed that out of one of those tiny little red berries I got 25 little seeds, and they do look really similar to dragon fruit seeds. So I've grown dragon fruit before, and this method worked really good for me. Just wipe off as much of the flesh as you can and put them on a damp paper towel, and then place them in a Ziploc bag. Now when I did dragon fruit they only took about a week and a half to germinate, and the plants are still going well. So do up your Ziploc bag. I like to blow a bit of air into mine, and that just helps. If the plants start to grow then they're not going to get crushed. And as always, just label your Ziploc bag so you know what's growing in there. Okay, so I'm going to show you now how to take cuttings from cacti plants. So it's really easy, just grab a small piece. Okay, so this one wasn't even really attached. There is a tiny root, I don't know if you can see. But I'm sure that'll grow. Cacti plants don't even need roots, you can just grow them from a cutting so easily. But one thing to notice is this actually has 4 fruits on it. So they obviously can fruit from a very young age. So I'm going to take one more cutting now. So these two were attached. They've got roots, so I'm sure they'll do very well. Use this type of mixture, cacti and succulent mix. It's just really good free draining soil that has all the nutrients that your plants are going to need. So pour in your soil. So all you need to do is just grab your cutting and place the roots into the soil. And this is another one that has the little root on it. And just find where the bottom was. Yep, that's the bottom, that's where the little tiny root is. And I'm just going to place that, basically just sit it onto the soil. When you transplant cuttings from cacti or succulents, you actually don't need to water them for a few weeks, because you don't want to rot the plants. But even with succulents, what you do is when you take the little cutting, just leave it in the sun for a day and let the end that you cut dry up and heal over, and that'll just stop any rot from getting into the plant. So I'd also like to share with you some other cacti plants that I'm growing. These ones I actually couldn't get seeds for. It's a prickly pear cactus. So I ordered these pads offline. They had no roots, they were just snapped off the plant. And again I just placed them in the cacti mix, didn't water them, and I've dug them up about a week ago and they have lots of roots. And they've only been planted for 3 weeks to a month, and so I'm hoping next spring they should take off really well. This one up here is a dragon fruit cutting that I purchased. I also dug that up about a week ago and it's doing really well, has lots of roots. So these are my dragon fruits that I started from seed, and they're growing quite slowly. These ones are about 3 months old, and this one's doing quite well. But now that we're going into autumn, I would say they're not going to grow a lot more until next spring. And this plant over here is actually, I believe it's a lemon tree. It looks like a citrus, and when you scratch the leaf and smell it, it smells like a citrus plant. And it just came up there by itself, and I thought, well, I actually got this bark from below my lemon tree, so I'm guessing a lemon's dropped down and the seed was in the bark. So it's doing well, and I'm going to leave it in there for a bit longer before I transplant it out, and then I have myself a free lemon tree. So I was actually inspired to grow these fruiting cacti by a lady called Jane, and she has a channel on YouTube called My Inspired Creation. She's got some really awesome and fun videos on how to grow things, so check out her channel, there's a link to it in the description below. Also, I've just started up a new Facebook page, there's a link to it in the description below, so go check it out, ask me any questions you have, and post some photos of things that you're growing.